What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with the overall markets. I'm going to talk about the unemployment numbers that are causing the market to dip just a bit and what you should be watching for as time goes on, as we have Jerome Powell giving a speech very soon. Just know I'm not a financial planner. Take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. And also check out my Moomoo link. Deposit $100 and you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposits $2,000 and you're guaranteed at 30. The offer ends at the end of March. Anyways, so as far as SPY is going, I just want to say that right now, when you go to like our daily or even our 4-hour time frame, you guys could quite clearly see that we are looking bearish. We're making lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We're just continuing to dump. Also on the 4-hour, we're forming a wick right here. So we saw this kind of pop a bit then reject as the day went on. So it's showing some weakness. And when you look at the daily time frame, we're just continuing to dump. So there's weakness on SPY so far. We're actually dipping a little bit during the pre-market. But the reason for this is because of these unemployment numbers. So we're seeing lots of headlines about how, the US added about 151,000 jobs, but unemployment did go up. And that's what we're seeing throughout the headlines. If you look at the numbers, non-farm payrolls were at 151,000. That's basically aligned with expectations. But the unemployment rate went up to 4.1% from the 4% expectation and the 4% previous reports, meaning we did see a slight increase in unemployment. That's not really a surprise with the layoffs that are continuing, so please keep that in mind. Now, the labor force participation rate was at 62.4%. And besides that, everything else was close to expectations. I think that non-farm payrolls in the private sector was a little bit weak. Besides that, unemployment did go up. So with that being said, guys, as we're seeing unemployment going up, the market may see a somewhat negative reaction. We're kind of dipping a bit. We're near some critical support, so the dip might not be that massive. And then I want to add that as time goes on, we have a bunch of Fed speakers. We have Bowman, Williams, and Kugler giving speeches. And then finally, we have the big guy. Jerome Powell gives his speech today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have to see what he ends up saying. Can he pump the markets? It's a possibility, not a guarantee. I'm not saying it will happen, but it is a strong possibility because Jerome Powell is known for causing lots of volatility. And, the last few times he's spoken, he has been trying to just, keep everyone calm. With us already dumping so hard, we'll see what he causes. And he's going to be a very, very big catalyst. So I can't really give promises about what's going to happen with him. He could be addressing, the trade war, Trump's tariffs, unemployment going up, and etc. But I believe he's going to be very optimistic and try to, continue to calm everyone down. Now, with Donald Trump has been postponing some tariffs on Mexico after he had a conversation with President Claudia of Mexico. That's very important news. He's postponing some tariffs as well. And then on top of this, we'll have to see what else he wants to do. So this is a little bit more positive news, at least for the market sentiment. And then besides that, keep in mind we have a max pain in the 580s for now. We'll see how this adjusts as time goes on. The put to call option ratio is a little bit more balanced. We have about a 1.31 ratio, which is not too bad. And then besides that, I'm not seeing anything else that's too crazy. There's been some new news about Donald Trump. I'll give you guys an update if there's anything new that comes out involving his tariffs. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, the market's dipping right now during the pre-market. Okay, so yes, we could dip a little bit, but I'm going to be looking at this very key support. Like I said before, we have this support around this 568 area. I would like to see SPY hold that. If we can hold that, there's going to be hope that this could reverse because it's a very, very big support, especially because Jerome Powell gives a speech later. So we'll see about that. If 568 fails us, even if we dip below it, we have to reclaim it. We have to close above this. As long as we close above this, there's still some hope for that bounce. If we don't, if we lose 568, I'm going to be a lot more concerned. I do anticipate we're going to retest 570, maybe even 568. We could dip a bit, but we got to bounce near this support. We have to see some buyers defend here. If not, it's not going to look good. So we'll see. I do anticipate some downside. The low 570s are coming, 570 flat, maybe even 568. And then we'll see if Jerome Powell causes a big reaction later on. The QQQ is bearish, making lower highs and lower lows. We are looking weak because when you look at the 4-hour time frame, we have like a rejection right over here. We have this wick and rejection. So 485, which is where we have this support right here, 485, is what we're looking for to see if this could hold. We're making lower highs and lower lows below our 20 EMA. So watch 485 and see if we could bounce off this or not. Please keep that in mind. We might be looking for a little bit of a sell-off. Like right now we're in the red, so 485 could be coming. But then we want to see if buyers defend it just like SPY. Can we hold 485 to 483, that range? And if we do hold it, will Jerome Powell pump the market right back up or not? Or will he cause a big rug pull? We'll have to wait and see. So keep that in mind. There's a little bit more downside for the time being. The Russell's dipping a little bit. I'm going to actually pull up the 4-hour for this one. The IWM is also dipping towards that 202 potential area. For now, we're looking at that 204 area, which is where we held yesterday. But I could be looking for an attempt for 202 if that fails us, so be careful. Um, Looking at ES, we're going to be seeing if 5,700 holds or not. We could dip closer to 5,700. We need to bounce back above 5,800 to see some kind of rebound. It's bearish for now, so expect some kind of dip upon open, but then we'll see if we get a bounce later on with Powell. He speaks once again at 12:30 p.m. NQ is dipping as well, all the way down to about 20,000. We got to hold around 20,000, or else this is going to dump more towards the 19,800 area. So be careful, guys, with NQ. Bitcoin is flat. We had some good news that came out, which is the reason why it's outperforming. When we bring up these lines, you guys can see that we're trying to push a little bit higher as we're making higher highs and higher lows. As long as we don't lose 88,000, we're going to be okay. For Nvda, we're a little bit weak right now. Nvda is going to likely be retesting this 110 area. If that does not hold, I could be looking for like 107. So there's weakness in the chart. It could be a little bit dippy right here, and we'll have to see if we could hold that 110 to 107 range. Tesla's on a downtrend. It's relatively weak. We're losing 260. We need to hold that. If we can't hold it, we have a giant gap to fill around 252. So we need to see if 260 holds. Otherwise, it's going to dump more. It does look a little bit more bearish for now, as their sales are declining in Australia, in Europe, in Canada, China. The list goes on. For Apple, it's on a downtrend. It could be dipping to about 232 to 230. We'll have to see if we hold that to bounce or not. I do anticipate some more downsides, so just keep that in mind. For Netflix, we need to see if we could hold 900. If not, I could be looking for a test of about 886 and 870, so be careful. I'm going to go back to Coin. Coin is decent looking. It's trying to outperform thanks to Bitcoin. It's not looking too bad, but we're going to be watching to see if this is a double bottom and which direction we go in. Lose 200, we're bearish. Break 225, we're bullish. We will see if we break 225 to start pushing it with this inverse head and shoulders. Give it some time. Amazon's on a bit of a downtrend right now. We're watching this 199 area. If that fails us, we could be looking for a move back down towards like 197. So be careful. 197 to 195 could be coming as we're on a downtrend. We'll see what kind of reaction we get. For Meta, we're also on a downtrend as well. We're making lower highs and lower lows. We could be looking for a move closer to about that 620 area. So watch to see if buyers defend. I also want to see if we could reclaim 645 for a rebound. Otherwise, we are looking a bit more bearish. 620 could be coming. For Microsoft, we're looking kind of weak right here. We're going to be looking for that 390 area to see if we bounce or not. There could be a small dip as well. I could be looking for a small decline to the 390 area, and we'll see if we bounce or not. Google is also kind of flat. It might dip a little bit more. I'm seeing some weakness here. Could be dipping to like 172 to 170, that range, and we'll see if buyers defend. But this could dip a little bit, so be very, very careful. The VIX is also pushing right now, which is a bearish signal, so I do anticipate a little bit more downside. So in conclusion, I do think the market's going to dip more. But here's the thing. Even if we do dip more, that does not mean we're done for. If we're looking at our 200 EMA, we're going to be watching if 568 holds. I'm not saying it has to hold entirely. Like we could dip to like 566, 565, but then you want to see it get bought back up and still hold the 200 EMA by close, right? By close, we need to close above this red line, the 568 area at the very least. I want to see us close above that. If we do, there's still some hope for that bounce. We'll see if Jerome Powell causes the market to bounce or not. Otherwise, we look bearish for now. All right. So thank you for listening, guys. Have a good one. I'll be back with another upload very soon. Until then, get ready for market open in just a few minutes, and peace out.